Four parties, including independent parliamentarian and member of Freedom People's Alliance Udaya Gammanpila, has challenged the new central bank draft bill, which was presented to the parliament on the 7th of March, claiming that the bill violates constitutional provisions. Addressing a media briefing today, MP Udaya Gammanpila said that the essential link between the Central Bank of Sri Lanka and the government has been severed via the new central bank draft bill.
Addressing the Cabinet media briefing on the 20th of December last year, Cabinet spokesperson Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said the Cabinet granted approval for the new Central Bank of Sri Lanka draft bill. He also said the CBSL draft bill was originally published in the Government Gazette on the 1st of November 2019. However, it had not been included in the order book to be presented to Parliament. Further, he said the original draft bill gazetted in 2019 was developed by incorporating new amendments in order to make it possible to perform the activities of the central bank more efficiently and effectively to suit the current requirements. Later, on the 23rd of February, the new draft bill was published in the Government Gazette by the Department of Government Printing. 2 weeks later, on the 7th of March, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka draft bill was presented to the Parliament by Leader of the House and Minister of Education Dr. Susil Premajayantha for its first reading. According to Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, the enactment of the new Central Bank Act will allow the Monetary Authority to operate independently, which is a prior action Sri Lankan authorities will have to take to secure the IMF bailout package. However, four parties, including independent parliamentarian and member of Freedom People's Alliance Udaya Gammanpila, has challenged the bill before the Supreme Court via fundamental rights petitions, stating that it violates constitutional provisions.
It has grossly violated Article 3 and 4 of the Constitution, in my opinion, and therefore it cannot be a law without obtaining the approval of the people at a referendum. Reportedly, enactment of this bill is a precondition of the IMF to obtain their facility. If there is a conflict between the Constitution and the IMF agreement, Constitution cannot be amended to accommodate the IMF agreement. Instead, IMF agreement should be suitably be amended to comply with our Constitution. In terms of Section 4 of the bill, Central Bank is fully owned by the government. It means public funds have been invested in this institution. However, Section 5 says the central bank shall have financial and administrative autonomy. How can a public institute exist without the government control? We know both the executive and the legislature has to be sensitive to people's aspirations and welfare, because they have to go before the people for re-election in every 5 years. On the other hand, the opposition and the media are very much watchful of activities of the government. But in the central bank's case, people have no opportunity to appoint these officers or remove them if people don't want them to be in that office. Because of that, if we lose the government grip over the central bank, it means central bank can be controlled by other forces, or firstly they may act as they wish, or in a worse scenario, central bank will be controlled by Western embassies and the IMF. Therefore, crucial public institutes like the central bank must be within the people's radar. In terms of Section 7 of the bill, central bank is the banker, financial advisor and the fiscal agent of the government. Section 6 says the central bank shall support the general policy framework of the government. These two sections reflect the interwoven and crucial roles of the central bank, who formulates the monetary policy, and the treasury, who formulates the fiscal policy. That is why Treasury Secretary becomes a member of the Monetary Board ex officio, acknowledging this crucial relationship under the prevailing law. Unfortunately, the proposed law denied that opportunity to the Treasury Secretary, giving a seat in the governing body to the Treasury Secretary, and as a result, the essential link between the central bank and the government has been severed by this bill.